Hey guys, I'm always looking for things to kind of change up class a little bit. And you may not like being read to, but I found this article on 15 ways to build a growth mindset. And I think this article is just really valuable. And I think it can speak to different people at different levels and different stages of their lives. So I'm going to read this to you. And you might want to have a piece of paper out and take a few notes on what you think you find interesting, because there'll be a flip grid that I want you to do for your daily attendance assignment, and I want you to tell me what kind of mindset you think you're in, and what you could do to either develop a growth mindset or improve the one that you have. So the first quote is, "The hand you are dealt with is just the starting point for development." So we all can improve, and just because you might not have been starting with a great hand at birth doesn't mean you can't develop and become better. So why growth mindset matters. This is the quote from the person who wrote the article. "Only 10 years ago, I stood behind an old brown cash register at a local retail store, sliding customers' purchases across a crisscross red scanner for $7.25 an hour, minimum wage at that time. If you had told me then that 10 years later I'd have a PhD from Berkeley, write a blog for Psychology Today, or be the author of a book on how to generate happiness in the technology age, I would have thought that you were absolutely bonkers. I had no connections, no money, no information on how to get me from where I was then to where I am now. But I did have one thing. I had a growth mindset." So what is growth mindset? Sorry, I'm trying to navigate my computer and it's not working. Oh, no. Okay, so a growth mindset is simply the belief that our basic abilities can be developed and improved through dedication and hard work. It's not so much that this belief is some kind of magic. It's just that without a growth mindset, we don't exert the required effort, and so we remain perpetually stuck. But with a growth mindset, we can break through the stuckness and achieve the results we desire, whether that be at work, in our relationships, or in other aspects of our lives. Okay, now I'm going to post the printed copy of this. So I've not looked at that well-being quiz, but you might want to take that. Do you have a growth mindset? Do you believe that you were born and raised with a fixed set of skills and abilities, such as your IQ, that you had from birth and will stay with you your entire life? Or do you believe that your ideas and beliefs are ever evolving, that you can learn new skills if you work at it, and that your wisdom and intelligence grows with each new experience? If you said yes to the first question, you have what is referred to as a fixed mindset. If you said yes to the second question, you probably have what Stanford Professor Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset. Don't worry if you currently have more of a fixed mindset. You can develop a growth mindset. I talk a bit about how to build a growth mindset and important complementary skills like resilience, positivity, and self-compassion in their book, okay? But I go a lot more detail about growth mindset and how to build it in the sections below. So why does growth mindset matter? If we have a fixed mindset, we may shy away from challenges because we do not want to feel embarrassed or humiliated in front of others. Who does, right? Now, I'm going to stop here. What comes to my mind when I see this is public speaking. People hate to get up and speak in front of a group of people. It's very hard to do. Some people are great at it the first time. Other people have to practice, and it's a learned skill, okay? All right, so going on. But this can be problematic because of our fear of making mistakes can lead us to avoid challenges and new experiences which would help us grow, improve ourselves in important ways, and create the life we desire. So growing up, I was very shy. And in high school, I made myself take speech classes and debate classes so I would be better at speaking with people or to people. And if you've been in my classes, now you know that that's not so much of an issue for me anymore. Probably talk too much, but that's what a growth mindset does. It helps you set small goals to overcome your fears. So if we have a growth mindset, we enjoy challenges despite the risk, usually because we value learning and growth more than others, thinking we know what we're doing. And because we're always trying new things, we often don't know what we're doing. So those of us with a growth mindset often build new skills more easily because we believe we can, and so we really work at it. Developing a growth mindset can contribute to a fuller, more meaningful life because the range of experiences that such a life encompasses will be considerably broader. It's kind of like if you do the same old thing every day, you may think of your life as being boring. If you try to come out of your comfort zone and maybe talk to one more person that you normally wouldn't talk to, or try something that you normally wouldn't try, maybe it's some kind of sport with your kids or something, then you have more life experiences. So key differences between fixed and growth mindsets. One of the key differences here is effort. When faced with the hard work, the fixed mindset person may recruit others to do the hardest parts, spending as little effort as possible, while the growth mindset person believes that good outcomes often require exertion. Effort is just a part of the process. In order to master a new task, one usually needs to apply energy, whether mental, physical, or simply by using repetition over time. Okay? So someone with a fixed mindset does not want to put the effort in. Someone with a growth mindset may be more willing to put effort in to figure out something. Another difference between fixed and growth mindset is challenge. A fixed mindset person shies away from challenges, possibly from fear of failure, and may go into hiding as a way to avoid responsibilities. In contrast, the growth mindset person finds challenges to be exciting and engaging, knowing that they will learn something valuable from their experience. They stick to it, mastering the challenge, and then are able to move on to ever greater accomplishments. Another difference between fixed and growth mindset are mistakes and feedback. The fixed mindset person hates making mistakes because it's embarrassing. They may blame others or be defensive when criticized. Meanwhile, a growth mindset person will see the mistakes as a lesson to learn from and will be less likely to take criticism personally. Being open to criticism can help improve one's ability to do better the next time, which is another reason why a growth mindset can lead to success. Okay, so far we've talked about growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. All right, growth mindset, you're willing to take on challenges. You're not going to be afraid to try things. With a fixed mindset, you may be more fearful. Okay, someone with a growth mindset is not afraid to put extra effort in because they might achieve something. Someone with a fixed mindset, they just kind of like the status quo. They don't know whether they want to try anything or not. And that kind of goes for challenges also. A fixed mindset person knows that they're going to grow by trying different things. And someone with a growth mindset is also, I may have said that wrong. Someone with a growth mindset is willing to take on a challenge. They're not afraid to try things because they know it's going to increase their experiences. And someone with a growth mindset is also not afraid to make mistakes. They're willing to learn from their mistakes, and they don't always take the feedback so personally and get offended. Okay? So I think for the first day, I'm going to do a flip grid over what I've just read to you. I want you to think about it, and then we're going to do the second part of the article the next day. Okay? All right, and I will also have this article for you to read in Google Classroom. So the DAA comes from answering the flip grid. Thanks.